Alright guys, so we are back inside of Bear Alpha Rewritten, and instead of this being the typical badge tutorial, this will be pretty much just a showcase of the entire update, because it would pretty much just be a nicer way to showcase, and I guess also showcase the badges, all in one video instead of only having certain parts from the stream and other certain parts from the video. But besides that, we have stuff like Lab getting a remake, we have System Crypt getting a remake, we have Valentine's decorations everywhere, limited stuff, UI changes, and quite a few other things in this update, in which everything here were user submitted balloons that were made inside of the Discord server. So you could potentially still make one, because if there's actually a part 2, you could actually have one of these get in the game. But besides that, we have a ton of new skins, in which the remakes we've gotten is Chef Bear, Unicorn Bear, Bowler Bear, and Spherical Bear. And we now also have a whopping 10 new skins, which we have Gardener Bear, Bear in the Hat Bear, Gravity Bear, Red Nose Bear, Crazy Love Bear, Lovely Fella Bear, Cheesy Cakes Bear, Chocolate Bar Bear, Magician Bear, and Hardtop, in which we have 2 other skins, but they are the badges. Plus a few new kill effects and social gears, but let's be honest, people kind of only care about the skins. But however, you will need one social gear, in which it is for the snowball, but I will get to that later. Okay, so starting off, we have the skin remakes, in which the first one we have is Chef Bear getting a remake, in which it looks a fair bit better than it used to. So yeah, it's a pretty solid first remake. Now the next remake we have is Unicorn Bear, in which now it looks a fair bit more similar to its normal alpha counterpart, along with extra stuff like a little magic wand and also a nice little ponytail. Alright, now next up we have is the Bowler Bear skin, in which this one hasn't really been changed much, but all it has gotten is practically just a smoother bowling ball and more like blocky-ish textures. So yeah, it's still also pretty cool. And now for the last remake skin we have is Spherical Bear, in which this skin has like an MS Paint style to it if you look close into it, but no disrespect for the original Spherical Bear maker, but this one is also a lot less creepier. I'll put a side-by-side frame of what each version looks like. Okay, now besides that, we have all of the new permanent skins and all of the new Valentine exclusive skins, in which the first few batch of permanent skins we have is the Gardener Bear, in which this one actually is pretty sick, because this is potentially like foreshadowing what could come in the spring. Maybe, maybe not, but yeah, it's honestly not half bad of a skin. Okay, and now for the next permanent skin we have is the Cat in the Hat Bear, or the Bear in the Hat, in which, wow, I did not expect this skin, but I'm not gonna lie, this is also a pretty clean skin, which is pretty surprising that we have quite a few clean skins already, and there hasn't honestly really been any bad ones. So yeah, this has been pretty nice so far. Alright, and even though the next skin we have, which is Gravity Bear, even though it's a little bit choppier than its alpha counterpart, it's not, I'm not gonna lie, it's still actually a pretty solid skin for what it is. Alright, now for our last permanent skin we have is of course Red Nose, in which take a wild guess as to what there is about the skin. But I want to say this about Red Nose, in which we have its description right here, in which it could potentially mean something for Valentine's Part 2, if it ever comes out, which it has a decent chance of coming out, so that's just my speculation though. Okay, but after going through all the permanent skins, now we have the Valentine skins, in which of course the first one we have here is Crazy Love Bear, in which, I mean, some people might not like this skin, but it's really cheap, and for the price, once again, it's actually fairly solid. Like, still, I'm actually kind of surprised that these skins are fairly nice, and they're actually fairly nice with their price. Damn, that rhymed. Alright, now for one of the next Valentine skins we have is the Lovely Fella Bear, in which this one, honestly, I'm pretty sure is one of the lesser used ones, but even if it's not really used that much, it's honestly still really good. It has like Alpha Bear style vibes to it, and it's actually pretty solid for only like 500 quids or so. Alright, now for the skin we have after that is the Cherry Cakeus, or whatever the hell you'd call it, bear, in which this is honestly one of my favorites from the update, because it looks simple, but it's like, it also looks so clean for some reason. I don't know why, but this is genuinely one of the coolest skins in my opinion from this update. Alright, and now a skin that literally has the exact same price. This is probably gonna potentially be one of the favorites, in which we have the Chocolate Bar Bear, in which it's very obvious why. This skin is so damn detailed, and it's like, man, this actually straight up looks like a bear star skin, which is pretty surprising. But yeah, this is a pretty nice skin, so yeah, good stuff. Okay, and now for the second last Valentine skin we have here is the Magician Bear, in which it looks pretty similar to the new Bowler Bear, which I'm pretty sure it's made by the same person. But I actually also fairly like this skin because of course, of how clean it is, but of how there's like a little bear bunny here, and of how the sparkles for some reason also look insanely clean, which I don't know why we are getting so many new clean skins in this game, but I'm actually not complaining. Okay, and now for our final Valentine skin we have is, of course, Heart Ob, or Heart Bob, in which, yeah, it's probably pretty obvious that this is probably one of the cleanest Bob skins we have in the game so far, in which maybe stuff like Yob, Zob, or possibly even Gift Bob, they could be close contenders, but yeah, Heart Bob is probably the most detailed and like complex Bob I'm pretty sure we have in the game so far, so yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so if you haven't noticed yet, Lab 56 of course has gotten its remake, but Haunted Mansion, Yorick's Resting Place, and The Undead Coming 2 all now have Valentine's revamps, and they have some new unique things to them. Okay, so here's a brief look at what we have in Haunted Mansion, in which most of the trees have turned pink, same with the grass, and also there's a few heart balloons flying around the map. We will get to that guy later. Alright, and now for Yorick's Resting Place, for a brief showcase, we have a bunch of Tories here. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. We still have the pink trees, and now we have purple grass everywhere, and now a few spots everywhere. There's a lot of these like little heart guys, so yeah, this one's also a pretty nice little reskin. Alright, and now we have the final map out of the three, in which we have the Undead Coming 2, in which we have, of course, the colors again, but we have more like pink trees, but they act more like sakura trees, in which we have a bunch of petals falling from the sky. Okay. But we also have a huge amount of petals just scattered across the ground, which there isn't really much change to this map. Well, I guess there's also a few wooden planks and stuff changed, but yeah, there isn't really much change to this map other than the trees and the houses. But yeah, it's still a pretty cool, nice reskin for Valentine's. Okay, so now you more than likely skipped through here because you don't just want to see me yap about what has been added to this update, or you actually did watch through the whole video. But now we have the two badge skins, in which we have the Trob badge and we have the Heart Balloon Bear badge, in which I can very easily show you how to do them, because honestly, they're not really that difficult. Also along with the Cryptic kill effect. Okay, so this badge is pretty easy, but unfortunately it does actually come to a cost, in which you sadly somehow can't do this as a bear, because it will literally teleport you back up. But literally all you do inside a system crypt is go to any nearby pit or hole in the map, and all you do is this. You just jump in it and kill yourself, and then you easily get the kill effect. Alright, and for the next map, you need the Snowball social gear, and it's also on Haunted Mansion. But if you recall, there is a bear floating in the sky, so I will show you what to do about that guy. Alright, so like I said, you need the snowball social gear, which it only costs 300 quids, and shoot down this bear. And as you can see, it has 5 heart balloons, in which after you pop his first one, he starts shooting arrows at you, which it might get a little bit harder because his arrows might also block your snowballs. So, yeah. Oh god. But there we go, it's actually kind of easy if you know what you're doing. But after you kill him, he falls on the ground and you just touch him and then you get him, which he gets flung. In which I'm pretty sure you can also get this as the bear. You can't hit him, but I'm pretty sure you can touch him once you kill him. So yeah, pretty good for both sides. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna pause it right there because this current version of Trob no longer exists inside of Rewritten, in which it has been updated to be fully longer, also along with 2 new things that have been added recently, which is the Parade Bear and the Pirate Bear remake, in which Trob isn't really too much harder now, but they've just extended it to make it more like lore impactful, I guess, and also to make it similar to Spob from Alpha. So I'll show you how to get the new current version of Trob instead of the prior version. So of course the map that you need for Trob, or the Subject A-Lure badge, is the lab map, in which it's practically the same as before but with a few tweaks, so I'll show you what it is. Okay, so here's also the new Parade skin, if you just want to see real quick. But for the badge, this is one of the best badges in the game because it doesn't matter if you are a survivor or a bear. You can do it either or. But what you do, I guess for the bear spawn, is you go down here into where the survivor spawn is, and then directly facing from where my alt is, in this area in the courtyard, behind these rusty pipes, there's going to be a red square here, and once you click the red square, you gotta run back up to pretty much around the bear spawn area, and there will be a computer room in which there will be a button to teleport there, and now you need to use the code on screen because now they've utilized that inside of the badge. So yeah, you probably should take a screenshot of this or just remember it, but 1268479 is the permanent code for this skin. Alright, and once you come back in here, you of course have the acid flood from the original version of this, in which they haven't really changed this at all. It's still the same with all the cutscenes and the difficulty, so it's not that bad. Alright, and once you beat the acid flood and go through that lagoon cutscene, also similar to the original version, the torch part still has the exact same spawn point. They haven't like randomly generated it yet, so it's still at the exact same place. But after you go over here to where the wooden door is, there is going to be a few new things afterwards. But starting off, once you burn the door, we have this box, which you simply just push up here. But once you come through this vent and you fall down into this art room down here, all you do is click the painting, which I'm pretty sure it's this cat, that will have a secret red button behind it. And once you press it, you go down into here, in which there will once again be another little short obby here. But once you pass it, you simply type in the code, which, if you of course remember, the code is simply 1268479. And I will once again say it does not randomly generate, it's always that code. And then this might be a bit tricky because even though you have a torch and it looks like ice, all you do is just push this little part of the wall here, and eventually another button will appear, and then you get onto the final part in which we have the Trob chase sequence, which this is probably, oh god, this is probably the best part of it. So yeah, you can watch me beat this. And there you go, the door closes, and once again you get the Trob badge and then the skin. So yeah, that's pretty much all that's been updated for this skin. Alright, so here's a quick showcase of the first badge you get, which is the Heart Balloon Bear, in which, I don't know why he's super tiny, but it still looks pretty cool, and there's also some pretty solid art, I guess. yeah, of the 5 balloons up here. So yeah, this is honestly a fairly worth skin for what it is. Also, as a real quick showcase, here's what the Cryptic kill effect looks like. Alright, and here we have the final skin of the update, or the other skin badge that you can get, which is the Trob skin, in which this is honestly also a pretty decent Bob skin. Of course, it's another unique Bob, but like, why is he so big though? But, I mean, yeah, it's honestly still a pretty cool Bob skin, but yeah. Okay, and that is pretty much every single badge and pretty much every single thing showcased in this update. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this new update for this game, because I'd honestly say it's a pretty solid update, and it's probably up there with one of the best updates for this game so far. But yeah, hopefully you can get some good content, more coming soon, and maybe the next thing I'll do is like another broadcast, or maybe, since it's somewhat possibly confirmed, but there could be a part 2 to this event. But besides that, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.